Hey everyone, Jackie Hay here of HeyHayCreations. If you're new here, I'm an artist and a small business owner, and I come on here every week to just chat with you about what's going on in my business. So if you're new, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. So first off, I want to apologize. It is my intention to do this every week, come on here and talk to you guys. Unfortunately, I have not been on here in a few weeks, so I promise moving forward, I will do my best to get on here weekly. Sometimes it just is hard, but the truth is I'm on here to get really good at talking about my artwork, but also this is, a way for me to maybe help you guys out with the information that I know, but also to get some advice, because in terms of small business, I'm fairly new to that. Art making I've been doing forever. So I'm hoping to gain some insight from the community, but also maybe I can help you guys out. Anyway, first order of business, I just want to say a thank you to Cassie of Cassie's Craft Coven. The beginning of this month, well actually for the entire month, I had an art doll hanging up in her gallery on Cherry Street Pier for her show Eggy. So I made a Humpty Dumpty inspired character, which also fits into my Alice in Wonderland theme collection. If you don't know, I do Etsy and I do craft shows year round. And that's, just kind of whatever I feel like making, but I'm also doing a higher end collection it's called Modern Doll Collectors Convention in August. So really I'm here to document that and how that's going. So the Humpty Dumpty character fit really well into that. So anyway, thank you to Cassie. I'll put some clips in at the end. The show was really great. There was a nice turnout and some really great art, so enjoy the clips at the end of that. And you can also go back, my last video, I talked about the art doll that I made. So yeah, thank you, Cassie. Now, as far as Etsy goes, I've decided to kind of restructure how I do things. Normally, I would just update every Friday. Instead of doing that, I'm going to chunk my time into separate categories. So my goal for the first 2 weeks of the month is to have 25 total pieces in my Etsy shop, so that by the 15th of the month to the end of the month, I can concentrate on working on my ball jointed doll and getting my my pieces for Modern Doll Collectors Convention going. So hopefully that works out well. I started that this month. I put 25 pieces in the beginning of April, and that seemed to go pretty well. The kind of stuff that I'm working on for spring, I have some mandrakes available. I call them plant babies. They're just these little plant characters that come in pots. I think I have 5 in my shop right now, if that's something you're interested in. I also am still making mushrooms, so if you haven't seen, this is the kind of stuff I have in my shop at the moment. I would love your advice, because for this month, for May, believe it or not, I made a whole bunch of miniature Christmas trees, and I know we're not anywhere near Christmas, but these always sell really well for me, and in the past I've done like holiday theming, so I'm not sure what to do, if I should just make them, Christmassy and have stars and Santa hats and ornaments, or if maybe I should make them more summer or spring themed. I have things like sun hats, bows. I'm sure I could find some stuff in my studio that would be a little more summery, maybe flowers, although maybe it would look more like a bush. I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments, should I just do straight Christmas? Should I do a mix? I'm leaning towards doing a mix and just seeing what happens. So anyway, I have 11 of these that are going in my shop probably tomorrow. And I'm also making small cupcakes, which is something I can do year round. So be on the lookout for that. And then I'm trying to think, Etsy. Oh, the other thing I was thinking about doing was making stickers. So I've just been kind of sketching out some of my regular things that I do every year. Pumpkins are something that I do. It's like the main thing that I do. By the way, it's halfway to Halloween, so happy halfway to Halloween. It's 6 months away. I make ghosts, and here's the mandrakes and the mushrooms and Christmas trees. So I was thinking about making stickers of these characters. If that's something you know about, like maybe you know a good company that does print on demand. I'm trying to think of, you know, smaller dollar things that I can sell along with the clay pieces and then the higher end stuff. So I'm trying to get, you know, a range of pricing, and I thought maybe stickers or prints would be a good idea. Let me know if that's something you've ever done. It seems to be really popular as I go on YouTube and I look at small businesses. They're all coming out with prints or stickers or stationery. So I'm thinking about that. Okay, that's pretty much it for Etsy. As far as Modern Doll Collectors Convention, I saw at Michael's, I'm thinking about how I'm going to decorate my tables. And at Michael's, they had 70% off their Easter stuff. And I just thought this would tie into Alice in Wonderland really well. I found these really cute canisters with bunnies on them and pastel colors. Little cookie tin. And again, 70% off. They were like a couple bucks each. And then these mossy rabbit sculptures. So I got a few of these. And I'm just trying to come up with some props and some ways of displaying things for the show. So I wanted to kind of, the theme is, again, midnight in Wonderland. So I'm thinking of doing like, what's that movie in Savannah? Something in the Garden of Good and Evil, like trying to do like a midnight garden theme. So these mossy characters and these pastel colors, I just really like the aesthetic. So I'm thinking about just how I'm going to display my pieces. There's an artist, Connie Lowe, who's always at these conventions, and she sets up her tables so it looks like her dolls are interacting with a scene. And I'm going to try to do that as well, where like it almost looks like they're alive. They're reading or they're talking to something, or, you know, climbing ladders and hanging upside down, and they just look very active and alive. So I'm thinking about that. I've also been working on my Cheshire cat. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted like some in progress sketches and then the clay work. So this is the basic sculpture for my Cheshire cat. He is gonna have a wire body, and I'm gonna have fur on his face, and I'm gonna be inserting teeth. So he's gonna look very different, but this is the basic form of the cat. And then I've just been making resin copies. So this is gonna be a limited series of Cheshire cats. Behind the scenes, I'm also working on the unicorn dolls that go with the ball jointed doll, and I'm going to have the lion as well. So those are things that are in progress, just not quite finished. But my goal is the end of this month, I will have a couple of those ball jointed dolls ready to show so that I can advertise. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to show the finished doll, my finished Alice doll. Okay, so I think I've covered Etsy, Modern Doll Collectors Convention. The The last thing that I will mention here is I'm going to be teaching a couple painting workshops in June. So if you are local to the Philadelphia area, I'm really excited. It's going to be a pet painting workshop. So you'll bring in a photograph of your pet, and I supply you with everything, the easels, the canvas, the paints, and I'm going to show you from beginning to end. So this is beginner friendly. We're going to draw your pet just in pencil, and then I'm going to show you step by step how to paint. And the way I paint is in layers, so we're just going to go layer by layer. And it's a fun time. I bring like snacks and stuff, and we just hang out. And I also I'll have a little brochure with the steps written out, so you can follow the brochure and follow me, and we just go step by step. And at the end of the class, you will have a finished painting of your pet, or maybe somebody, a family member's pet, whatever. So I'm excited for that. I myself, I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 8 chickens. So we love pets. We have, I have a little corgi and a border collie, and we've always had a lot of pets. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the update for this week. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them down below. I will add some information in the description, a couple podcasts that I follow and some people that I follow, and just some general information. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying your spring, and I will see you next week. All right, bye.